Hello, tropical fish keepers. Welcome to another episode of Aqua Alex Live. I'm your host, Aqua Alex Cardinale, and I hope you're off to a great week. I know it's unusual for me to be hosting an episode of Aqua Alex Live on a Monday, but last night we had technical difficulties and I kept having to restart the video and it just wasn't working right. But today, so far so good, we are off and running. Anyway, this is a great way to start the week by talking about an awesome fish. I think you're going to enjoy today's video. So today, I'm going to talk about another personal favorite fish of mine. This is a fish that I grew up admiring and having a lot of love for. It's another monster predatory fish, and it comes from South America and the Amazon River. Now, over my fish keeping career, I have kept a couple of these fish, and I've raised them into true monster fish. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the silver arowana. Now, the silver arowana is a gorgeous fish from South America. It is also known as the water monkey because of its ability to leap out of the water and eat insects and other small prey. So the silver arowana is very popular in the aquarium hobby, and we're going to talk about keeping and raising the silver arowana in today's video. So if you are tuned in live, thank you for being a part of today's live stream. If you have any questions or comments on the silver arowana, please post them in the comments and I will answer them during the live stream today. So if you're tuned in live, let me know any questions or comments you have and I will answer them during the live stream. Now, if you are catching the replay of this episode on my YouTube channel, thank you for watching the video, and I hope you enjoy learning about the silver arowana. If you have questions or comments on the silver arowana, please post them in the comment section of YouTube, and I will answer them. Alright, with that being said, let's go ahead and start talking about the silver arowana. I'm going to start by talking about why I personally like the silver arowana. Now, to me, owning a silver arowana is like having a water dragon in your home aquarium. Silver arowanas swim very majestically and gracefully, and they are a really nice looking fish. They do look like an orange silver dragon, and I really like that about silver arowanas. Now, silver arowanas have gorgeous coloration, silver, orange, and sometimes yellow, and they also have blue on their gills. Very colorful fish, and I really like the silver arowanas' colorations. Now, silver arowanas are very interesting to watch eat. They are a top-dwelling species, so they are the first fish to get the food. When I had silver arowanas, I don't have any arowanas currently. I plan on getting one for my birthday, but when I had a silver arowana, it was very interesting to watch the arowana gulp food quickly. It literally grabs it like that and eats it in its large mouth. And we'll talk about feeding silver arowanas in just a few minutes here. Now, the last thing that I like about the silver arowana is that it's a top-dwelling species. That means the arowana swims at the top of the aquarium. So you have your bottom dwellers like catfish and stingrays. You have your middle dwellers like cichlids, pacus, silver dollars, terracins, and then you have your top dwellers, which are arowanas. The arowana is the most famous top-dwelling fish, and that is a big reason why I like silver arowanas, because you get the ability to have a top-dwelling fish in your aquarium with the silver arowana. We have our first live viewer, my good friend Matt Thibodeau from Springfield, Massachusetts, is watching. Matt, how you doing today? Thank you so much for tuning in live. So those are the reasons I personally like the silver arowana. What do you like about the silver arowana? Post them in the comments, and I will be really happy to hear what you like about the silver arowana. Okay, so when I was doing research for today's video, I found out some interesting things about silver arowanas and arowanas in general. Now, arowanas share similarities in physical appearance to ancient dragons of mythology and legend. In Chinese folklore, dragons are known to be majestic, wise, and protective beings. When an arowana dies in a household for any reason, it is often seen as a noble sacrifice that takes away any bad luck or misfortune. So that is pretty cool that a fish could do that. I was interested I was really intrigued when I saw that in my research. Now, there are two different types of arowanas that come from South America, and silver arowanas are the most commonly available arowana and the most readily available arowana that come from South America. The other arowana from South America is the black arowana. And I've never ever owned a black arowana before. And one day I do want to own a black arowana, so maybe one day in the future I will get my hands on a black arowana. But all my arowana experience has been with silvers. And in Massachusetts I had a Cardinale arowana. And Cardinale arowanas are a really cool fish. So other arowanas include the gorgeous but illegal in the United States of America Asian arowanas, Cardinale arowana and Lichardi arowanas from Australia, and African arowanas from Africa. Now, did you guys know that Armapuma are in the family of arowanas? Armapuma and arowana are both bony-tongued fish. So they are in the same family. But today, I will be talking about the silver arowana. So those are some interesting things you should know about the silver arowana. Now let's talk about why do silver arowanas jump. Silver arowanas are notorious for jumping out of their aquariums. In the Amazonian river basins, silver arowanas leap 4 feet out of the water surface to catch their prey on overhanging leaves and branches. It is natural to assume that arowanas are born to jump. Now, one of the biggest reasons silver arowanas jump out of home aquariums is stress. This could be from aggression. Something may be harassing your silver arowana. It could be an Oscar chasing after it, or an aggressive cichlid, or an aggressive fish in general. If the arowana is being chased and being nipped at, it will jump out of the tank for freedom. Another thing an arowana might jump out from is poor water quality. They need pristine water. Arowanas cannot live in dirty water, so keep that in mind. They will jump from poor water quality. Not enough oxygen. I find that arowanas will die quickly without oxygen. Sorry about that. So, in a home aquarium with not enough oxygen, sometimes an arowana might jump out. Crammed in small aquariums. Now, if you're keeping a 12-inch arowana in a 40-gallon breeder or a 55-gallon, it most likely is going to jump out of your aquarium. So, in confined spaces, arowanas feel trapped. Their first instinct is to jump for freedom. Alright. The second reason why arowanas might jump out of your home aquarium is food. In the wild, arowanas are known to leap mostly for insects and small lizards. So if your silver arowana sees a fly or some kind of insect flying above your tank, it will jump out to try and get that fly or insect. So always have a tight lid on your aquarium. Those are the two main reasons why an arowana might jump out of your aquarium, other than natural instinct. Alright, now let's talk about preventing your silver arowana from jumping out of the aquarium. You want to have good water quality. You want to provide enough oxygen. You want to have a big aquarium. And do not keep these with aggressive fish like dove eyes, red devils, or anything that would harm your silver arowana, because if the arowana is chased or stressed out, it will leap and jump out of your aquarium. And the most important thing to preventing your silver arowana from jumping out is having a lid on your aquarium, a secure aquarium lid. I use glass canopies on my aquariums, and I put a rock on them so that it will be strong enough to withhold an arowana's leap. So keep that in mind. You want lids, lids, and lids on your aquarium so your arowana never jumps out. Now, the last thing to preventing your arowana from jumping out is to never ever leave your lids open, because they will leap right out of the aquarium that way. Now, when you need to net an arowana, lower the aquarium water by 50% or more. This will help reduce the chances of the arowana jumping out. Then use a fish bag to scoop the arowana up. If you must use a net, be very slow and slowly creep up the silver arowana until you catch it. Then quickly removed from net. Alright, now we're going to talk about drop-by in silver arowana. When keeping silver arowanas is a common condition called drop-by. This condition occurs mostly in farm-bred and farm-raised silver arowanas found in local fish stores and involves a layer of fat developing at the top of the eye, giving the eye a drooping appearance. There are three main theories on the cause of this common condition. The first blames rampant inbreeding of the species to meet the demand of the aquarium trade. Interbreeding often results in genetic deformities, one of which is allegedly the drop-by condition. The second train of thought concerns the artificial diet we feed our silver arowanas, which has a high fat content. This is mostly the case with live goldfish. Due to an increase in fat, arowanas then develop an extra pocket of fat around their eyes, resulting in the drop-by condition. The third explanation is that arowanas in artificial glass aquariums are unnaturally, since they are surface feeders, forced to look down constantly for food and at their reflection. This atypical method of living has resulted in the deformity known as drop-eye. There is no concrete scientific evidence to suggest that any one is more correct than the other. Contrary to popular belief, an arowana can live a full and complete life even after it has contracted drop-eye. While there are surgical and therapeutical methods to fix these conditions, the risk may far outweigh the potential solutions. So if your silver arowana develops drop-eye, just let it live its life. It's not going to harm the fish at all. Removing drop-eye surgically or therapeutically is going to be hard, money-consuming, and it might be hard for the fish to recover from. So just accept the fact that silver arowanas can and will sometimes develop drop-eye. Now let's talk about ways for preventing drop-eye. Here are some steps that you personally can take to hopefully prevent drop-eye. Add floating, fake or live plants to your home aquarium. Adding fake plants or live plants will help your silver arowana see at the top and swim straight. Keep your water quality pristine. Water quality is very important with arowanas, as I talked about earlier. And do not feed fatty foods such as goldfish. Goldfish are bad for any fish, but especially with silver arowanas, never feed goldfish. And those are my tips for preventing drop-eye in silver arowanas. Now let's get to information on this gorgeous fish. Silver arowanas are native to South America. They are native to the Amazon, Esquabo, and Oyapoke basins in South America. They live in both the whitewater and blackwater floodplains of the Amazon. In both types of water, they are most abundant in the flooded areas. Now let's talk about how big the silver arowana gets. It grows up to 3 feet and sometimes bigger. So you're expecting this fish to get 36 inches and bigger. So the silver arowana will require a very large aquarium. I personally recommend a 280-gallon aquarium and up. Ideally, if you have a pond, that would be very beneficial for your silver arowana, as long as you have something covering your pond so that your arowana does not jump out of your aquarium. So when you want to get a silver arowana, make sure you realize these fish do get pretty large. They get to up to 4 feet in the wild, but in the home aquarium I would say 36 inches and more. So the tank size would be up to 300 gallons and more. Water quality for the silver arowana. Temperature can be anywhere from 74 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And of course you want to keep your ammonia as low as possible. The pH can be anywhere from 7.4 to 7.8. They're a very easy fish to keep, but they just need clean water. Powerful filtration is a must with silver arowanas. They can be sensitive to noticeable quality changes, so use a very strong filter. I recommend using either a sump or a canister filter when keeping silver arowanas in home aquariums. And you're also going to want to do water changes twice a week. That may seem like a lot, but it's really important to keep your water clean with silver arowanas, just like with other monster fish. So water changes twice a week with the silver arowana. Alright, let's talk about feeding the silver arowana. The silver arowana is an omnivore, meaning it eats both meat and veggies, but they prefer a more meaty diet. So I recommend feeding seafood, raw market shrimp, tilapia, crayfish, etc. You could also feed krill, high quality pellets such as New Life Spectrum, Hikari Massivore Delight. You can also feed live insects like earthworms and crickets. I've seen arowanas go crazy for crickets. Now, if you live in Florida like I do, then you can go out and get a small lizard and feed that to a large silver arowana. But, like I said, keep live foods as a treat. Don't rely on live foods all the time. Just use them as a treat every now and then. Now, I cannot say it enough, never feed silver arowanas live goldfish or live feeder fish. It will cause drop eye, and on top of that, parasites and diseases. Alright, now let's talk about tank mates for the silver arowana. Now I know someone's going to ask me, can I keep silver arowanas with other silver arowanas? Well, one arowana per aquarium is generally the rule of thumb. However, buying them together and raising them together as juveniles in a big tank may work. However, there is no guarantee. I have never personally kept more than one silver arowana in an aquarium before, but there have been people who have raised and kept more than one silver arowana in the same tank. There have also been people who have successfully kept silver arowanas with Asian arowanas, Jardinis, and other species of arowanas. But if you're going to do that, I would recommend buying them together at the same time and adding them together at the same time so that you will have a higher rate of success. Now, one fish you want to stick away from is small fish. Do not put small fish in with silver arowanas because they will be eaten. They'll be dinner. So don't put guppies or small tetras or anything of that sort in a silver arowana tank. A good tank mate would be a large fish big enough not to be eaten. We also do not want to keep fish that would attack the silver arowana. So a good tank mate would be a fish that's not aggressive and won't attack the silver arowana. So good tank mate examples include pacus, silver dollars like red hooks or black bars or Mylosoma, Leporinus, Procelotus, flagtails are a good tank mate for arowanas, catfish, which could be tiger shovelnose, red-tailed catfish, marble dacaras, Oxydorus niger, Megalodorus irwini, etc. Freshwater stingrays, arowanas and stingrays come from the same waters, so they do get along, and a lot of people like keeping arowanas with freshwater stingrays. Datnoids are a perfect tank mate for silver arowanas, and believe it or not, I have had success keeping discus and angelfish with silver arowanas. In the past, I have successfully kept discus and angels with them. As a matter of fact, if you go on my Facebook profile and you look under my photos, I have pictures of silver arowana living with my discus and angelfish I had many years ago. So those are the tank mate options for silver arowana. So that's pretty much it. That's all the information I have for you on the silver arowana. So I do have a couple final remarks on the silver arowana. The first remark is really important. Keep these in large aquariums with strong fitting lids because they do like to jump out of aquariums. Never feed live goldfish or feeder fish. It will cause hole in the head and it could cause parasites and diseases. Always go for a wild-caught silver arowana. Wild-caught arowanas are a lot more hardier, in my opinion, than the farm-raised one, and they have a lot more orange coloration than the farm-raised silver arowanas as well. So if you're looking for a wild-caught silver arowana, you can check out Predatory Fins. He's always bringing in wild-caught silvers. He also brings in wild-caught black arowanas if you're not in the state of Florida. Malone's Monsters, or Aquatic Rarities, they also bring in wild-caught silver arowanas. And for those of you living in Massachusetts and New England, I know my buddy Tom from Imperial Aquatics always brings in wild-caught silver arowanas as well. The last thing I will mention about silver arowanas is that their prices range from about $40 as a juvenile to $150 depending on where you live. So this could be dependent on what state you're in the United States or what country you are in. But I've seen juvenile arowanas with the egg sac go for $20. I've seen juveniles 4 to 5 inches go for $40. It just depends on your area. One thing I did want to mention that I forgot to mention is that there is actually an albino variant of the silver arowana. The albino arowana is very, very cool looking. I have yet to have the opportunity to keep an albino silver arowana, but maybe I'll get one for my birthday in August. So that's everything I have for you on the silver arowana. I hope you learned a lot about the silver arowana. If you have any questions on the silver arowana, you can comment them now, right now while I'm live. And if you're catching this in the archive, comment your questions down below in the comments on YouTube, and I will answer your questions on YouTube. So again, if you have any questions on the silver arowana, please post them down in the comments, and I will answer them. We're going to end today's video with our couple of announcements and a shout out like usual. This week's fishy shout out goes to a fish store in Springfield, Massachusetts. Now, I've had the honor and privilege of watching the owner grow from an online business to an actual fish store. I met him in 2018, and one of the first fish I bought from him was a silver arowana. It was a very gorgeous one, and I continued buying fish from him, and then he started his own fish store. For those of you in New England and all over the United States of America, because he does ship to other states, the name of the fish store is Imperial Aquatics, and it's located in Springfield, Massachusetts. The owner's name is Tom, a really nice guy, and I really recommend you guys check out Imperial Aquatics. He always has arowanas in stock. He has silvers, blacks, and jardinis, which are the 3 legal arowanas in the state of Massachusetts. So if you're looking for a silver arowana or any kind of arowana in New England, go to Imperial Aquatics in Springfield, Massachusetts, and you will be able to get a quality arowana. So he has a Facebook page as well as an Instagram page, so you can check it out, Imperial Aquatics. Yeah, man, you should check it out. It's a great fish store. He has a big arowana tank at his fish store. So check out Imperial Aquatics. I think you will like it. Alright, so today I wanted to end today's video with some thoughts and prayers for those in Surfside, Miami. For those of you that don't with all of those people in Surfside, Miami. Okay, so there's going to be no live stream on Sunday because Sunday is 4th of July. Happy early Independence Day to everybody out there. But I will be doing a live stream this weekend, Saturday, July 3rd, 2021 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. I'll be doing a 4th of July barbecue show, and I'll be bringing my Chef Alex persona to that show. So join me this Saturday, July 3rd, for a 4th of July barbecue live stream. Our next Aqua Alex Live will be taking place on Tuesday, July 6th. So next Tuesday, I have a very special episode of Aqua Alex Live. Next Tuesday, I have my very first guest, and that's going to be my good friend from PF Fish Keeping YouTube channel, Peyton. So my YouTuber from PF Fish Keeping, Peyton, will be here, and that's going to be a really fun interview. So next week, on the next episode of Aqua Alex Live, I'll have my very first guest, and that should be a good one. Okay, that's everything for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I want to thank you for tuning in. I saw a lot of live viewers, so I appreciate the live views, and hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Have a great rest of your week, fish keepers, and I will see you personally on Tuesday. And I hope you join my other live streams that I have coming for you this week. Goodbye, everybody.